Hello and welcome to Computers with Kyle. In this episode we're going to be talking about the end of life for Windows 7. Windows 7 was released in 2009 and will stop receiving updates from Microsoft on January 14, 2020, a date that is quickly approaching. For some reason you may find that you do not want to upgrade to Windows 10. It may be cost, analytics gathered and reported to Microsoft, or the system may be too old to run smoothly. It may feel like your only option is accept the risk, replace the computer, or upgrade your operating system. If none of these options seem like the answer, there are other options. Apple's Mac OS is the first alternative that you may think of, but the jump to Mac OS is costly. Apple products are expensive. Linux is a less well-known alternative and may be the best option for the cash-strapped consumer. It is free and open-source software that is community-built. Is also probably something that you already use in your home without even knowing. It could be your Raspberry Pi, your Nest thermostat, even your Android phone. It also runs many of the web servers that host many popular sites. The choice to move to Linux may be difficult. There are many varieties, called flavors of distros. They have different workflows than Windows or Mac OS, although there are many that duplicate the Windows and Mac OS workflows. For new Linux users coming from Windows, Linux Mint with the Cinnamon desktop is very similar to Windows 7. It has a panel on the bottom, like the Windows start bar that hold the menu, quick launch tray, active applications, and an icon tray on the lower right side. It's pretty easy to adopt to the workflow while moving from Windows 7. Linux Mint can run on most systems that would run Windows 7. It comes in 3 desktop environments. If you have issues with Cinnamon or Mate, XFC is typically less resource intensive. Like many Linux distributions, Linux Mint can be installed from a USB stick. It can also be run from that same USB stick to allow you to test and customize it before you make your installation to see, do you like it? Another alternative is Zorin OS. It, like Linux Mint, is a subset of Ubuntu and can be customized to easily accommodate users from either Windows or Mac OS. It is a lightweight OS that comes in 4 different versions: Ultimate, Core, Lite, and Education. In our video, we are showing the Core. The Ultimate Edition is available to download for $39 from their website. It's the only one that costs any money to download. The biggest difference is the installation support and the built-in applications and games available with the Ultimate Edition. Most of these applications have similar alternatives that are available for free. If you think about making the jump to Linux, but you're alright with changing your workflow, you can choose another variant, such as Elementary OS. It's much more similar to Mac OS, but very lightweight. The homepage leads you to believe that you have to pay, but if you don't want to contribute, just input 0 in the dollar amount and you'll be directed to the download location. The distributions that I have recommended are all based on Ubuntu. I did not recommend Ubuntu, and I usually don't for new users. While it is very user-friendly, I don't always like the changes that the parent company does, such as adding analytics. It's a personal decision and not based on the functionality of the system. Ubuntu itself is very stable, it's a very solid system, and it's the base of the builds that I've recommended. I do think that users need to understand the practices and choose for themselves. Lastly, all the recommended systems here are Debian. There are other alternatives such as Red Hat, OpenSUSE, and Arch Linux. However, for home users new to Linux, they'll find the support and assistance they need better on a Debian-based system. Whether you choose to upgrade your system or not, Linux is a great operating system for those concerned with privacy and support. The days of difficulty in learning the new OS or the applications are not as severe as they used to be. Many applications are available through the web as a service, and for those that aren't, there's a huge community willing to provide support to the new user. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please subscribe and like the video. If you're interested in any of the operating systems that I've shown today, you can find links for those listed in the description. If you have anything that you would like to see, please leave that down in the comments below. Thank you again for watching.